All right. All right. All right, lads. We're live right now. We are live. We are live. A dark L day. A dark L day for the WNBA. That's all I can say, is it was a dark day for the W. But yeah. Yeah, it's a pity. It's a pity because could have been a good game. It could have been a good game. Like, Caitlin was good. There were players that were good today. Were good yesterday. Who cares, though? Who cares at the end of the day? Jaylen Brown hooped. Jaylen Brown absolutely hooped. Her best game of her career. But it does not matter. It does not matter because this is all people are talking about. But yeah, it's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. All right, so before we get on to any topics, in this stream, we're going to be talking mostly about this situation. And we're going to be talking about coaches' reactions. We're going to be talking about some of the Caitlin Clark things. And we're going to be talking about something absolutely hilarious as well. Absolutely hilarious as well. A dark day is dramatic. I mean, it was an all-around dark day. You've seen credential media people laughing at Caitlin Clark getting chucked to the ground. You've seen media trying to get boycotts. So I think it is 100% a dark day. So, lads, today we're going to be talking about something first that I find it a little bit funny. I think find it a little bit funny. A little bit funny. And if you guys agree, subscribe. We are literally 11 subscribers away from 50k. We are 11 away from 50,000 subscribers. That would be absolutely insane. But, lads, you know, Sophie Cunningham already was a popular player from the Fever. And I mean this when I say this. Like, Sophie Cunningham was signed as an enforcer. She was signed, and everyone was talking about her being an enforcer. So, by the way, you have got... Right now, you've got one of the most viewed WNBA clips of all time in 13 hours was the ejections. 160k views on Demita's video. And by the way, Quita had a take that I really disagree with. Her take was that Caitlin Clark, if the referees should have ejected Caitlin Clark in the third quarter. Like, I think that's a crazy take because both of them were her kind of pushing off in retaliation to stuff. And I'm like, can't really chuck someone for that. But if you guys didn't see... Like, Sophie Cunningham has been an enforcer the whole time. There are videos about Sophie Cunningham weeks and weeks ago being the enforcer. Like, 3 technicals, Sophie Cunningham, Michaela Onyenwere. 2 technicals on Sophie Cunningham. Like, I can't find it here, but there's videos from myself and others when they signed Sophie Cunningham. Basically saying, you know what, she's been the enforcer. She's been the enforcer. And with that being said, yeah, her jersey just sold out. Sophie Cunningham's jersey has sold out. I repeat, the Sophie Cunningham Fever jersey has sold out. Like, you can't buy. And if you guys don't understand how bad the quality of these Explorer jerseys are, they're horrendous for $80. Just buy one from the Gate of DH. If you're gonna do that, like, I hate that I'm saying this, but like, my knockoff Lexi Hull jersey from last year is a better quality than my real Caitlin Clark jerseys that I own, which is an odd one. But like, you can no longer even buy Sophie Cunningham jerseys, which is something that I don't think we ever would have seen a while ago. I don't think it's something that we could have expected. But yeah, I mean, this is what the enforcer is there for. This is what the enforcer is there for. This is what people wanted last year. This is what people wanted. This is what... You got Draymond out here talking about it. You've got... it was an unsportsmanlike response to getting poked in the eye. Like, these referees were... Look, the referees were pathetic. Like, we know that. We know that those referees were absolutely pathetic. And at the end of the day, it's a situation now that the Fever now have made a whole bunch of money. They made a whole bunch of money. And by the way, like I'm looking at videos on the channel. People were asking Liz Cambridge to come back for the Fever. People were asking if Liz Cambridge could come to the Fever. People were asking Angel McCautry to come back for the Fever. Like, this is a month ago. Sophie Cunningham solves a major problem from the Fever last year. Caitlin's enforcer. The Fever finally have an enforcer for Caitlin Clark 4 months ago. And you know it was a long ago. You know it was a long, long time ago when you have 240 pound or near 240 pound Mick recording a video. But like, there are no more popular players other than the players themselves and their enforcer, than the Stars enforcers. Early on in the career, Charles Oakley was one of Michael Jordan's most popular teammates. Dennis Rodman was a more popular teammate for Michael Jordan than Scottie Pippen. Like, it is straight up one of the most important things. They're the most popular players. And now you've got a situation where Sophie's jersey is now sold out. And I mean this when I say this. If Marina Mabry, is it against the rules to attack Caitlin Clark? Thank you so much for $5. No, it's not. It's not. It's completely allowed. But yeah, it's a... If Marina Mabry was on the court, you better believe Sophie Cunningham would have got Marina Mabry too. Sophie would have got Marina Mabry too. And like, that is... just straight up. Straight up. Like, it was completely, like, deserved. Completely earned the JC Sheldon thing. And again, what Sophie Cunningham did to JC Sheldon was never going to hurt her. That's what I said. And by the way, I said it in the game. You chuck Marina Mabry, but it's not a dangerous play. What Marina Mabry did was highly unlikely to hurt Caitlin Clark. What JC Sheldon did very well could have hurt Caitlin Clark. But at the end of the day, it's a... like... It's what enforcers do. It's what enforcers do. Sophie is worse than Dejanay. I mean, I said this. Watch any of the videos when Sophie Cunningham got suplexed. Sophie Cunningham. But you better believe if Dejanay Carrington was on Caitlin Clark's team and there wasn't some like beef there, Caitlin Clark would have been, or what was it? Dejanay Carrington would have taken out JC Sheldon too. She would have taken her out too. And let's be real, Sophie Cunningham's not the only player in the WNBA that would have did this. She's not. There were a lot of players in this league that would have done this. Like, there was literally, have you guys not seen the compilation of like WNBA dirty plays and like off the court things, and they're like hyping up the league like that, and like 50% of the clips are something being done to Caitlin Clark. But like, it's for the first time in Caitlin's career. And by the way, Caitlin didn't back down either. Caitlin did not back down either. She absolutely did not back down. And while, like saying that, it is an important thing that Caitlin didn't back down either, because you can't mess with Caitlin right now. They are showing it. You cannot mess with Caitlin. And also, if you're going to defend Caitlin, you're going to be rewarded for it. Because you better believe, I wonder how much money Sophie Cunningham is going to make on endorsement deals this season, this summer. Like, I think Sophie Cunningham's endorsement deals are going to go into the millions, are going to be in the millions this year. I think they're going to be in the millions this year. Because if you are not only like good in front, like she's good in front of a camera, she is now known as the Caitlin Clark's enforcer. And like, it's something that matters. It's something that really, really matters. But yeah. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. But Sophie Cunningham's jersey has absolutely just sold out. Shakira Austin got ejected for complaining. I'm not saying Shakira Austin deserved her ejection. I don't think Shakira Austin deserved her first ejection. I absolutely don't think that. But yeah. I'll see you guys. You just know Portnoy and Elk are going to keep the narrative going. The players don't like Caitlin. What? Where's the narrative? And it's not like players in general. There are players that don't. Like, do you not think Dejanay Carrington dislikes Caitlin? JC Sheldon and Caitlin Clark hate each other. Like, JC Sheldon and Caitlin Clark hate each other. They've hated each other for years. Like, this is not a, like, they're jealous. They don't like each other. And it's not a recent thing. They haven't liked each other for years. Like, it's not a narrative. It is a fact that Dejanay Carrington does not like Caitlin Clark. That is a fact. Well, it seems to be a fact. Sorry, I do want to say I misspoke there. It looks very likely. It looks very likely. I do want to apologize. I misspoke. I'm not saying it's a fact because Dejanay Carrington has not said it. But, like, from what we've seen, JC Sheldon and Caitlin Clark hate each other's guts. And that's fine. Yes, I tried telling everyone that JC Sheldon's Caitlin Clark's biggest rival, and you guys said no. You're just making stuff up. Oh, you're just doing everything for hype. For the clicks. And I'm like, dude, what? What? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, oh. Angel's starting to turn a corner. Angel's been good. Angel's genuinely been good the last few games. She's genuinely been good. But, so, lads, did you guys not see the new angle for the JC Sheldon Caitlin Clark situation? Did you guys not see the new angle for it? So, first of all, this angle, you're like, you can't look at this angle and think anything other than this is like something seriously wrong here. Something seriously wrong. And if you guys agree that it's crazy, subscribe. We are 4 subscribers off 50k. 4. We are only 4 subscribers off 50,000. So if we could hit that by the end of the day, that would be insane. But anyway, this angle obviously is ridiculous. We've seen this angle. This angle is absolutely ridiculous. So Caitlin dribbles. Look at how far she is away from the ball, by the way. Look at how far she is away from the ball. Like, that's literally, she's nowhere near the ball. She just jumps at her face. And then she belly bumps Caitlin. Caitlin retaliates by shoving in an unsportsmanlike manner, according to the referees. And then Marina Mabies comes from nowhere. Tina Charles like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. But like this one right here, this angle is the worst of all the angles. So we're gonna, I can't full screen this, unfortunately. But it's the worst angle. So, if you guys didn't see it. So Caitlin, in fairness, if you want to argue Caitlin's pushing off, that's fine. But I'm sorry, like, a load of pushing off and committing an offensive foul does not mean that you deserve to get eye gouged. Also, thank you guys for 50k. Thank you guys for 50k. But it doesn't mean that you deserve to get eye gouged. Like, and that's what these dumbasses are saying. That Caitlin Clark deserves to get eye gouged because she pushes off sometimes. I'm sorry, like, if they didn't let her get hand checked, you can't call the push off, you don't call the hand check. But at this angle, you can see just how far JC Sheldon is away from the ball. The ball's here. She's hitting Caitlin Clark in the face here. If you guys are looking at my cursor. I'm sorry I can't make this bigger. My cursor. She hits Caitlin Clark here. The ball's here. The ball is 3 feet away from Caitlin Clark's face. And she just targets the face. She targets the face. Like, I don't know if there's any other way to describe it. Like, this is clearly... She just lunged at her face. She went nowhere near the ball. She lunges forward. She absolutely, positively, zero doubts about it, lunges at Caitlin Clark's face. So, like... I don't see how you can say that any other way. She literally lunged at her face. And then Caitlyn's there walking away, and she belly bumps her. Like, by the way, Caitlyn with the shove. Caitlyn does not move JC Sheldon. If you look at this angle, you can see Caitlin Clark does not move JC Sheldon. They're like, Caitlyn shoved Sheldon. Caitlyn literally, JC Sheldon's still moving forward. So JC Sheldon is the one who initiates the contact and then chases her, and Marina Mabrey comes from nowhere. But while this is happening, look in the background. Oh, I hate the fact you guys can't see this on mobile. I hate the fact you guys can't see this on mobile. So actually, you might be able to. I'll turn off this here. If you guys can see right here in the background, it's really hard to see. Really, really hard to see. Sophie Cunningham is being held back by the coach. Sophie's trying to run onto the floor, and the coach has 2 arms around her, making sure she doesn't run onto the floor. Like, it is literally now a situation where Sophie's like almost, they might suspend her for having 1 foot on the floor. Like, they legitimately might suspend her for that. They might suspend her for that. And, which is this craziest thing. Which is actually the craziest thing now. That, like, she technically has a half a foot on the floor. She's being dragged back by her coach. Sophie is being dragged back by her coach. And by the way, this new angle, Caitlin Clark is tough. You thought Caitlin Clark was tough. I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry. If you got intentionally poked, like, she lunged at her. She lunged at her. Like, that is literally, she got Captain Insane-o'd. The ball's nowhere near. She just got, look at this. Look at this pause. Look at this pause. Captain Insane-o shows no mercy, lads. Captain Insane-o shows no mercy. That's all that I can say. Captain Insane-o shows no mercy. Like, she's nowhere near the ball. She's nowhere near. I just double poke in the eye. She Captain Insane-o'd her. Like, this angle makes it look so much worse. Half a foot. The ball is here. The ball is here. It is about 1.5 feet. It's probably closer to 1 meter than a foot. Like, we've got Captain Insano right here in JC Sheldon. Like, that's the new nickname we got. She's Captain Insano. The ball is so far away. Like, the ball is here. The ball is here. The ball is here. How did she double eye poker? The ball is here. Like, how did the referees watch this and come to the conclusion that it was a flagrant 1? How did they come to the conclusion it was a flagrant, not a flagrant 2? Like, how did they come to the conclusion that it is a flagrant and not a flagrant 2? I would have had more respect if they said it was a no call, because they could at least feign ignorance. I have more respect for them ignoring the Stephanie White, or not Stephanie White, Jesus, the Dejanay Carrington situation, because they, because at least they could claim they didn't see it. These refs can't claim anything. They can't claim they didn't see anything. But yeah, it's it is a crazy one. It is a crazy one. And this angle makes it look so much worse. It makes it look so much worse. So yeah, anyway, that is... I wonder what JC Sheldon's nails are like. I wonder what JC Sheldon's nails are like. Because I would hope she doesn't have anything too crazy nails-wise. But, yeah. I wonder why. But yeah, why does Natasha Howard never defend Clark? I don't think Natasha Howard's that much of an enforcer. I think you don't want to mess with Natasha Howard, but I also don't think she's an enforcer. Like, Sophie Cunningham's the enforcer, and you better believe if the roles were reversed and Sophie Cunningham did what she did to Caitlin Clark, and Marina Mabry was on Caitlin Clark's team, Marina Mabry would have done exactly what Sophie Cunningham did there. But yeah, it is what it is. So, lads, everyone's so busy with this situation that they're ignoring something else that happened. And I mean this for the sake of the WNBA. It's actually good that this is being ignored. But for the sake of my channel and fairness, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it here. We're going to talk about the Chicago Sky, Minnesota Lynx, or Washington Mystics game. We're going to talk about the Sky and Mystics game. And by the way, I mean this, Angel Reese was unbelievable in the first half. She was unbelievable in the first half. Let's not complain about that. She was unbelievable in the first half. Like, second half, she was like 2 for 6. She was 5 for 7 in the first half. She was unbelievable in the first half. However, down the stretch, Angel Reese was terrible. She missed 3 shots in the fourth to ice the game. She did have a big and one, but like, I'm sorry, Angel Reese just clawed Kiki Iriafen out of frustration. Like, what? Like, how did the refs miss that? How did the refs miss that? Like, let's take a look at this again. So Angel Reese is obviously frustrated or something. And then Kiki's trying to go by her. And she just claws her in the face. Like, Kiki did sell it. Kiki sold it, but like, how do you miss this? Kiki's on the ground holding her face. How do you not go to the replay? And again, look, this happens in ball. This happens. It's a flagrant one. Give the Mystics 2 free throws and get on with it. Like, I'm not saying this is at the level. I'm not saying this is at the level of like of the Mabry one, of the Sophie Cunningham situation. It's not. Or of the Lindsay Allen one where she kind of got her by the old neck. But at the end of the day, this happened. Like, how did the referees come to the conclusion this is nothing? You can tell it was accidental. I genuinely, I think it was an accidental hit to the head. I think she tried to push her. I think she tried to stop her. But at the end of the day, accidentals, like, doesn't matter in this situation. It's a flagrant one. Like, look, flagrant one, it is what it is. It's a basketball call. Flagrant ones don't have to be dirty. But, like, let's be honest. Caitlin Clark retaliated to getting eye gouged. She retaliated to getting eye gouged and picked up a tech. She tried to push her and caught her in the face. Like, this is absolutely, and I mean this is not a dirty play. This is not a dirty play. It shouldn't be more than that. But, like, what are we doing ignoring that? You can't just ignore hits to the face. And I get it. Kiki sold it. But, like, also the Sky's choked away another 16-point lead. It's the second 16-point lead they've choked away in 4 or 5 games. But, like, what are we doing? Like, Caitlin Clark got blind chest bumped and retaliated getting eye gouged. And it's a tech. But, like, you won't see a word about this. You won't hear anything about this because this is just normal. This is a normal reaction to just claw somebody. And again, accidental, sure. I'll give Angel the benefit of the doubt because I mean this when I say this. Angel is not proven to be a dirty player in the WNBA. She has not proven to be a dirty player in the WNBA. Like, outside, the worst thing Angel Reese did in the W was jump up and cheer a dirty play. But she herself has not proven to be a dirty player. So I'll give Angel the benefit of the doubt for this. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt that this wasn't intentional. I don't believe it was intentional. But the referees have to do their job. They have to do their job. And by the way, just like we gave Bria Hartley the benefit of the doubt when the referees, and just like, again, if you want to just say, oh, I haven't said this about other people. I made an entire video about how the referees screwed Angel Reese because when she got her hair pulled, they called it a common foul. I made an entire rant about that. I made an entire rant video saying that the refs needed to protect players. But at the end of the day, it works both ways. It works both ways. And like, and I mean this, have the refs been lenient on some players? Sure. Like, has Caitlin Clark gotten away with some things? Sure. But you better believe this, in my opinion, is no different than when she flailed and smacked someone in the face last year. But it was a technical foul. Like, Caitlin Clark got hacked last year and then flailed backwards and smacked somebody in the face. I think it was Zandalicini? Or was it against the Mystics? But she smacked somebody in the face and it was a technical foul. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Even if it's accidental, it has to be a flagrant or a tech. It has to be one or the other. But they just seem to not care. Thank you. Really appreciate that $10. Thank you so much. Enjoying the season. Yeah, I'm enjoying the season as well. But like, someone just said there, Reese is shoving people under the board. She's dirty. There's very difference between physical and dirty. Playing to what the referees allow is physical play. This is like, if this happens 2 or 3 more times in the season, then we can start to have conversations. But like at this stage, the referees have now said it is hitting players in the face is fair game. Hitting players in the face is fair game. Yanking players down by their ponytail is fair game. Like, that's the thing. Players have been yanked by their ponytails. Players have been hit in the face constantly, and the referees are ignoring it. The referees are ignoring players literally out there getting hit in the face. And it seems to be a thing that they don't seem to care. The league and players don't seem to care. Eye pokes are fair game. Hits to the face are fair game. Since when is the safety of players of such little priority to the league? Like, I've never seen a sports league where the safety of players is not their top priority. But it's in fact not their top priority. I don't think it's a priority at all. And by the way, look, I stand by this. This was accidental. I think this is accidental. I still fully believe this is accidental. But it's a flagrant. It's a flagrant foul. I think we can be honest. It's a flagrant foul. There's no point in discussing it. And to saying anything other than it being a flagrant foul is just trying to deflect from the situation. Because you cannot be allowed to do this. You cannot be allowed hit people in the face. Like, again, you've got absolute and you've got dumbasses celebrating it. You got dumbasses celebrating Angel Reese. Because if you scroll through the quote tweets, everyone's celebrating Angel Reese hitting her in the face. But at the end of the day, look, the referees need to take control of this league. The referees need to take control of this game. This is nothing more. There should not have been think pieces. Call a flagrant foul. Move on with it. Get it right on the day. It's when the refs don't get things right and things escalate. And things escalate. That is what happens. That is what happens when things escalate. Sophie's going to get Mabry. Oh, I think Mabry could get Sophie in that game, I'm not going to lie. I think Mabry legitimately could go for Sophie. Like, it wouldn't surprise me that much. It's not even allowed in UFC, yeah. But yesterday we saw a version of Caitlin Clark that has not been seen in a long time. You know when Finn Balor, puts on the demon outfit and he becomes the demon. He's no longer Finn Balor. We have now seen what I will refer to as the demon. If you guys didn't know who Caitlin Clark is, Caitlin Clark is not this squeaky clean, super nice player who does no wrong. That is not what Caitlin Clark does. That is not what Caitlin Clark does. Caitlin Clark is a freaking demon. And if you guys didn't see what Caitlin Clark did here, so she hit a 3 in JC Sheldon's face. And this is what we like to call the old demon the demon Caitlin Clark. This is where she was at Iowa. This is Iowa Caitlin Clark again. Like, have you guys not heard the story about why Cody McMahon hates her? Like, Cody McMahon hates her because she literally, I think, was it when they beat them in the Big Ten tournament? And Cody McMahon, by the way, was on the JC Sheldon team. Like, she goes and she takes one of the shirts from the crowd. The crowd all got shirts. She took one of the shirts and posed with it for a picture after beating them. Like, Ohio State and Caitlin Clark hated each other. JC Sheldon and Caitlin Clark hate each other. Cody McMahon hates Caitlin Clark. Like, she comes off this handoff from Natasha Howard, shoots a step back in JC Sheldon's face, screams at the coach and bench for the Connecticut Sun, screams at their bench, and then after it, JC Sheldon says something to her, Caitlin screams at her, and JC Sheldon sprints away, while Caitlin Clark ignores the entire timeout to hype up the entire crowd. She doesn't, her team has a timeout, and she's just like, nah, screw this timeout. I'm going to just hype up the entire crowd instead of listening to my coach. We're going to hype up the entire crowd. Like, this is Demon Caitlin again. There's no more nice Caitlin. And by the way, I don't mind this at all. Because I don't care if you don't like this version of Caitlin. It makes sense if you don't like this version of Caitlin. But I mean this. You're not going to mess with this version of Caitlin. Because the Demon Caitlin is going to be a different level. Is going to be a different level, lads. Like, when it comes to the Fever, it's no more nice Caitlin. Sophie and Marina Mabry. Have you guys not seen all the clips? Like, there's entire compilations of the two of them taking people down. Caitlin Clark plays zero defense. Are you watching? Have you watched basketball? If you think Caitlin Clark plays zero defense, you're not watching basketball. Caitlin Clark's been one of the better defenders. One of the better defenders in the WNBA. But yeah, it's an interesting one. It is a real interesting one. But yeah, I'm loving this version of Caitlin. It is Fever versus everybody. It is Fever versus everybody at this stage. And hell, like I said this at the start of the year, I don't care if the Fever turn into the Mercury. I don't care if the Fever turn into last year's Mercury. Because let's be real, all these people hyping up Diana Taurasi. Whatever you think about Caitlin Clark here, she is not even remotely as bad of a crash out artist as Diana Taurasi. And these same people love the quote-unquote spiciness of Taurasi. But, like, you've got Caitlin Clark and JC Sheldon been going at it for years. They've been going at it for years before yesterday. But Thank you for the $5. Still pissing off the Clark's teammate don't collectively come back her up. I mean, some people just aren't about that. Not, I hate saying the phrase "not about that life," but they're not. Like, some people aren't there to be. Some people aren't fighters. Some people aren't fighters, and some people are about that life. And like, there's teams I've been on. There's teams I've been on where it was like, I wasn't ever one to get into fights, but like, you kind of, there are some people that you just kind of don't want to mess with, and you want to mess with the rest of this Fever team. Last season, you wanted to mess with Caitlin Clark because no one would do anything. The league wouldn't do anything. The players wouldn't do anything. But you don't want to mess with this demon Caitlin. And like, take your 8 Texas season. I live with that. We live with that. We live with the demon Caitlin Clark. We live with the demon Clark, because that is going to one, like, that is, I'm telling you this right now. Like, this version of Caitlin Clark is what Caitlin Clark is going to, is the Caitlin Clark that's going to win a championship. Because you better believe if you are trying to be nice. No one has ever won in basketball trying to be nice. And yeah, you know what? If this ends up happening that Caitlin Clark is doing this, starting brawls, and the Indiana Fever team become the hard-nosed Phoenix Mercury of last year while being an exciting team who shoots from 30, oh, you better believe they become, like, you better believe the league will change something. If the Indiana Fever become the aggressors, the league are going to change the rules. I mean that when I say that. If the Indiana Fever become the aggressors, the league will change the rules. Like, if like, the rules are going to change because the Indiana Fever can now sometimes be the aggressors in situations. And Caitlin Clark's not just going to back down. So yeah, I mean it when I say it. Like, they want Caitlin to back down. Yeah, I don't think she's going to do it. I don't think she's backing down anymore. And she's now got a teammate in Sophie Cunningham, who, if someone tries anything with her, Sophie Cunningham's going to step in. And let's be real, unless the referees do something about it. It's going to just keep happening. It's going to keep happening. But anyway, yeah. That is the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. I wouldn't mind, in fairness to the Fever, I would not mind the Fever signing Marina Mabry. I wouldn't mind if they got her in free agency. And also, by the way, Caitlin Clark is, compared to last year, she is huge. Like, there is absolutely no editing there. There's no editing there. Like, there's no lighting there. I just realized how big she's gotten. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys. So, lads, I need to talk about this right here. So, yesterday's game was obviously funny. Yesterday's game was obviously crazy. But have you guys not seen the petition? The petition, lads. So, if you guys didn't see, obviously, there is the Dallas Wings fan page. Take the All-Star game out of Indiana. I'm serious. This is about player safety. Dude, don't worry. Neither JC or Marina is making the All-Star team. Players will be safe. The only player on the Dallas Wings that's going to make the All-Star team is Paige Bueckers. And Paige could not be safer in Indiana. Like, as much as there's a rivalry there, no one can have a bad word to say about Paige Bueckers. Like, her fans are, like, legitimately insane. But have you guys not seen it? There is now a petition to remove Sophie Cunningham from the WNBA. There is now a petition to remove her from the WNBA. Yeah. Yeah. It has 114 signatures. We have currently got like 400 people in this stream right now, and this is just a normal stream. This isn't like a watch along stream. We averaged like 1,500 viewers on our stream yesterday. So we averaged 1,500 viewers on yesterday's stream. And with that being said, with averaging 1,500 viewers, you've now got 114 viewers, or 114 people signing a petition to get her kicked from the WNBA. You got 114 people. 114 people. Like, it is absolutely nuts. Sophie held up Sheldon one hand. I mean, Sophie held up Sheldon one hand and had Lindsay Allen with the other. And by the way, Sophie Cunningham, if she wanted to, could have. Oh, my knee. Oh, my knee. I thought I moved away from my desk. Oh. Okay, I'm going to have to play through the pain. But she could have. She had her head in her hand. She could have rose the knee. Oh, out for the season. Man, I have to play pickup with like some pros tonight. Guys back from the States and some pros. I have to play pickup, and now my knee is, oh my God, it's already swollen. It's already starting to bump. Oh, it is what it is. But, yeah, it's just crazy. There's actually a petition. There is actually a petition. Like, it started on the greatest app in the world, Threads. The WNBA Threads is unhinged. More people have liked the post on Threads. More people have liked this tweet, laughing about it, than have signed a petition. 100 only 6 in the last hour. 0 in the last 70 minutes. Can you not do better? Can you not do better? Can you not do better than that? I thought there were more Caitlin Clark haters than that. Like, I think there are more Caitlin Clark haters than that. I thought they would do a better job. Like, I thought Dejanay's fans would have done a better job. If you guys haven't seen all the Dejanay fan pages saying to boycott All-Star break for Indiana. And All-Star break in Indiana. And I'm like, man, Dejanay Carrington needs to work her way back into the starting lineup for the worst team in the WNBA before she even thinks about being an All-Star this year. But yeah, it is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. Like, you have now got a situation where, all right, we're gonna vote. We're gonna vote now. We're gonna vote for this was originally our All-Star. Where's Sophie? Wait, why did I forget to put Sophie into my All-Star team? Would it not let me put Sophie into my All-Star team? Why can't I vote Sophie Cunningham for my All-Star team? I never submitted these votes. Can you only submit a certain amount per team? Why can I not put in all the guards? Why can I not vote for Kate? No, what? Why? Why can't I? Why can't I vote for... I'm not allowed to vote for 4 guards from the one team. What? What are we doing? What are we doing, Aaliyah? Apparently, I have to vote for somebody. Apparently, I have to vote for somebody else. So, yeah, Kelsey, you're not getting to vote for All-Star, unfortunately. You know what? You know what? Just because I feel so bad about the situation she's been in. Wait, why can I not vote for Paige Bueckers? Why can I only vote for 9 players? Why can't I vote for 10 players? Apparently I can't vote for 10 players. Yeah. I can't vote for 10 players according to my thing here. So we are going to submit the vote under under Mick. I'm just going to say this. Will this work? We've got Mick at talkshoops.com. Submit votes. It actually let me vote with that. It actually let me vote. Like there's no way. There's actually no way. But yeah, it is a mad situation. And by the way, this video has got 17.6 million views. This video has got 17.6 million views. But there is an actual petition. There is a petition to get her chucked out of the league. So for that, make her an all-star, lads. Let's make her an all-star. But oh, you've over Ari McDonald and her spot is locked, but she's not listed. That's what I did. So I'd previously voted for Ari McDonald. Like, also, lads, Christine Brennan is going in on the WNBA. She's absolutely going in on the WNBA. So, lads, I recorded a video yesterday. About Christine Brennan. About some of the stuff with her and the whole Caitlin Clark situation. And I talked about it on stream. And I'm going to re-watch that video and see if it's still relevant today. But we have to talk about it. We absolutely have to talk about it because right now this is obviously the number one thing people are thinking about is all the Caitlin Clark situation, which has, up to this point, lads, 17 million views. 17 million views. Like, there is... We haven't seen anything like this before. A 17 million view... 20.5 million views. Oh my god, it's gone up. Christine Brennan. This happened last night to the most important audience magnet and TV and corporate draw in the history of the business. And it's desperate trying to advance to succeed in a very crowded, male-dominated sports landscape. I don't know if the WNBA are trying to succeed. I mean this. Like, I don't know if they're trying to succeed. And you guys might say I'm exaggerating and I might be wrong, but I actually don't know if they're trying to succeed. But like, it got bad enough that, as she tweeted out, the WNBA continues to fail to meet the moment. Terrible decision to allow Marina Mabrey to stay in the game. People are watching as never before, and this is what they see. And this is before the Sophie Cunningham fell. Before the foul, she tweets this out. Chris Evert, this is like, when will these ladies realize, accept, and appreciate Caitlin Clark's the best thing that ever happened to women's basketball? It's a bad look for the sport and what happened to sportsmanship. And by the way, sportsmanship is what it is. It is what it is. Like I don't think Caitlin Clark is some beacon of sportsman, like some like picture of sportsmanship. Like, I don't think she's like the lowest of the low, but like she's not. Like, when we talk about purely sportsmanship, if you want pure sportsmanship, Nafisa Collier is your like picture of sportsmanship. But like, people, if you don't know who Chris Evert is, Chris Evert's one of the greatest tennis players of all time. She has what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. She has 18 major wins. She has 18 major wins. Like, she is one of the GOATs. And I think you can make the argument that she is the GOAT. I don't think so. I think Serena is just individual dominance. And I think if Serena had played the whole way through, I think if Serena had have, like, kept going and never slowed down, that Serena would have been actually not taking a couple of breaks and retired in her prime. And I'm not talking about a late prime when she was off pregnant. She just retired a few times in her prime. She would have won the most slams and would have won everything. But like, you've got one of the greatest of all time coming out and hyping it up. Like, which isn't a good look. It's not a good look when you've got NBA players. Clark instigates nearly every physical altercation. She instigates every physical altercation. These are the dumbasses that actually get a voice. So, you've got Caitlin Clark getting hand checked. There's literally footage of JC Sheldon clawing her skin, and her pushing off. So yeah, I don't care if they're going to let her claw her skin, let her push off. Like, that's on the referees. Like, by the way, if you look at games where Caitlin Clark did not initiate any contact, didn't get into it, there were games where the referees called it early. Like, and not only that, like, the fact is there's even more footage coming out that Marina Mabrey didn't even see what happened. Marina Mabrey was not even looking, and she just decided to knock Caitlin Clark down. Like, Marina Mabrey was not even looking. Like, she didn't even see what happened. She just heard a commotion and decided to chuck her on the ground. She did not even see what happened there. And then she just... That's even worse. Marina Mabrey didn't even see. But, yeah. It's a bad look. This is a really bad look for the WNBA. It is a really, really bad look for the WNBA, this entire thing. And again, you're going to have, when you have NBA players talking about this league, outside of when Caitlin Clark plays in a almost exclusively negative manner, when, like, I mean this when I say this, almost everybody that watches this league as a casual fan, almost everybody, like, as a casual fan is only talking about how great Caitlin Clark is, or how the league are trying to target Caitlin Clark and they deserve to make no money. And like, that is like embarrassing. Like, it is embarrassing, and it's embarrassing for the league all around. And look, again, Sophie Cunningham, was she in the wrong? Yeah, sure. Sure, Sophie Cunningham's in the wrong, but at the end of the day, like, 3 wrongs in a row. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what they thought the outcome is going to be. I really don't know what like, what they expect. I don't know what they want, what this league wants. Like, I don't know what this league wants. I don't know what these players want. I don't know what the media wants. I think I know what the media wants. The media don't want their jobs to be taken by actual basketball analysts. So I understand why the media are trying to get rid of Caitlin Clark, because let's be real, they're getting paid. They're getting paid to cover a sport. And they're getting paid to cover a sport that they're not very good at covering. And they've gotten away with it for years So now they're trying to get rid of everyone that's coming in that's actually doing a better job covering the sport. Like we've seen it in women's football as well. We've seen it in women's football. Like what they're trying to do to Ian Wright. We've seen it in women's football. They're trying to get rid of him. But at the end of the day, look, it's just a bad situation. And it's a really bad situation when Christine Brennan, who is the biggest women's sports journalist ever. Like, there's no question about it. She is the biggest there has ever been. Like, and they're trying to get rid of her from the league. You know it's a bad look. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think this one's a crazy out situation. This one is a crazy situation all around, and the fact that you've got Chris Everett now responding, one of the greatest tennis players of all time. You've got Christine Brennan talking about it, one of the greatest female journalists of all time, women's sports journalists of all time. And they've gone anti-WNBA. As much as the WNBA think that they can quote-unquote call BS and get rid of these people, Christine Brennan is literally the, it would be very, very difficult. It would be very difficult to see like what the WNBA thinks they're going to accomplish by trying to get rid of Christine Brennan. Madness. So, lads, we have finally got the audio from Monica McNutt on First Take and on Get Up, talking about the situations. And we're going to listen to it on 1.5 times speed. I'm going to see what she says.
In the commissioner's cup, and she's picking up where she left off. Obviously, you know how lethal she is from behind the three-point line.
3 threes in the first half for Caitlin, 12 points. Then here's where it starts to get chippy. Tell us what we see here. Fever up by 10. Clark is backing down J.C. Sheldon. We got a foul. She's getting
in the Big Ten, Iowa and Ohio State. Then you got Marina Mabry, who is a little bit of an enforcer in the league. I use that.
She literally is like Marina Mabry's an enforcer. She goes and hits her, but then can't call Sophie Cunningham an enforcer, like.
Air quotes around that term, but she's someone who is a high level of competitor. And then you got Lexi Held as well, going to the rescue of her teammate in Caitlin.
Lexi Held. Great job. The Phoenix Mercury are playing right now. Great job, Monica. We got Lexi Held out there. We got the great Phoenix Mercury, Lexi Held. Great job, Monica. Great job. Knowing players' names and all.
Clark, so to me, you know me, I tend to lean on the emotions of competition. Adjudicated fairly, we move on.
Yeah, we got tax, we got a flagrant, and we went on.
Adjudicated fairly. We have apparently this, and by the way, like, the new angle showed that that Marina maybe did not even see. She didn't even see what happened. She just took her out. Like, there is a new angle showing in Adjudicated Fairly. Watch Marina Mabry here. Watch Marina Mabry. She's looking at the play. And by the way, look at how far she is away from the ball. Look at how far she's away from the ball. She's lunged at her eye. Marina Mabry doesn't even see what happens. She just takes Caitlin Clark out. Like, that's not an enforcer. She didn't even see what happened. She didn't even see. Adjudicated fairly, according to Monica McNutt.
Fever leading by 17. Here's Caitlin knocking down a deep three over Sheldon, and we got the trash.
A elite competitor, trash talking included.
She had 20, and then this would happen. Here we go. We got Sophie Cunningham with a hard foul on Sheldon, and now we got all this again.
And I mentioned Sophie Cunningham goes back to her days at Missouri. Another trash talker, agitator, intense defender, intense player. And so, again, J.C. Sheldon's not going to back down. I didn't love the way that this one was adjudicated. Sophie Cunningham was ejected, as was Lindsay Allen, and J.C. Sheldon, I believe. I thought Sophie should have been ejected. The other two could have got texted. All of that.
Like, I'm sorry, Lindsay Allen came in and grabbed her neck. J.C. Sheldon, like, what?
Beyond the pale, or was that just good, hard, competition?
I'm okay with it. I think, again, you got to look at the history, right? J.C. Sheldon and Caitlin Clark, the 1 and 5th draft.
You got to look at the history. What is she on about?
Picks of last year's draft. There's history there. I'm not saying necessarily history in terms of it being nasty, but there's just history in terms of them playing against one another for years, right? You get a little scrum here. Each teammate comes to their other teammate's rescue. Marina Mabry, like I said, is someone who does not back down from this sort of thing as well. I thought it was adjudicated fairly. Could we have done without it? Yes, but I, Greeny, continue to say competition is not always pretty and buttoned up, right?
Like, I'm sorry, if you don't eject Mabry, you don't eject.
See Sheldon and Clark.
And then now it's on First Take very recently. So let's take a listen to Stephen A. Smith.
all that she has brought to the forefront. Let's go through some of the players in this one, right? Clark and J.C. Sheldon have been competing against each other at Ohio State and Iowa, respectively.
Like, again, Monica McNutt trying to explain this situation as if anything matters. Like, I don't care that J.C. Sheldon and Caitlin Clark were rivals in college. I don't care if J.C. Sheldon and thinking of rivals in college. That doesn't excuse her getting clawed to the eye.
For years in the Big Ten, okay, competition. First overall draft pick, fifth overall draft pick, same draft class. Then you've got, who else was involved in this? Marina Mabry.
I don't care who's involved. It doesn't matter who the enforcers are. Let's talk about what happened.
Particular game, the Connecticut Sun are struggling badly this year. And so there is, right? It was not great, but to me, as I'm watching it, Caitlin Clark is an incredible competitor, as you heard her say post-game. She's doing plenty of talking with her game. And I will add to this particular game, the Connecticut Sun are struggling badly this year.
What difference does that make? That's basically saying, oh yeah, it's fine to attack her because the Suns suck. What is she talking about?
There is probably a lack of patience with them and maybe not making all the smartest plays.
Because this is funny to me, okay? Clearly, when it comes to Caitlin Clark, there's some resentment, as I've articulated before. What people are missing, Monica, is I have no problem with it whatsoever. Okay, yes, there's resentment because, first of all, you're absolutely right. This is much ado about nothing. In the heat of competition, tempers flare. Last time I checked, women got tempers just like men do.
But like the problem that people aren't realizing is the referees didn't chuck somebody. The problem isn't what Marina Mabry did. The problem is the referees not taking control of the situation. Because what Marina Mabry did, it's just a flagrant 2. Get her out. Don't suspend her. Get her out. Have her back for the next game. It is what it is. Call it like it is. Call it properly. But the referees won't call it. That's the problem. Just like the Kennedy Carter situation. If the refs called a flagrant 2, we wouldn't be talking about the Kennedy Carter situation at this stage.
Take it a step further. There's also resentment towards her because she instigates resentment towards her sometimes. Oh, Caitlin can clap at you now.
Yes.
Caitlin can antagonize you now. Remember in college, doggy. Remember in college, Eminem. The whole Angel Reese thing with her started because when Caitlin was giving it to everybody else, she was the one waving in their face. And that's...
She didn't do this to a single player's face. Stephen A. just made that up.
Planet. People said he making house calls, helped invite America into the NBA in America's living rooms. And Dr. J swung on Larry Bird. Why? Because Larry Bird say, I'm about to hit this jumper right here on you. Bam. I'm about to hit this 3 right here on you. Bam. I'm about to spin. I'm about to fall away on you right.
And that's like, look, at the end of the day, I don't actually disagree with these conversations. The problem is that the refs didn't call it. Like, the refs didn't call it. First of all, what J.C. Sheldon did was way more dirty than what Marina Mabry did. And Marina Mabry's actually good at basketball, which kind of changes things. The refs just didn't call it. The refs just didn't call it.
Bam! And we're just talking smack. Caitlin Clark is that person as well. So the vitriol that she gets, some of it is self-induced. I just happen to love it because that's sports.
She might be a Pistol Pete. I mean, she's got a lot of Pistol Pete farm commercials. She's made. They had a preseason game this year, her team in Iowa. You know what the rating was?
What difference does her State Farm commercial have with her getting hit?
Comes in and the whole world's not paying attention. There's no way you cannot tell me that there isn't some level of annoyance that she's gotten all this publicity early on.
Okay, let me just say this. I appreciate y'all being very mindful of your word choices today, and nobody has said jealous because I was ready to go off if somebody said jealous. Professional resentment, annoyance, whatever you want to say. This is what I will say. We got to stop acting like we can only experience one emotion at a time. As humans, period, and particularly in sport. Is there probably professional resentment? Sure. Are you certainly annoyed? Sure. Especially when you got to stop her and she pulling up from half court, knocking down 3 and sticking her tongue out? Sure.
I actually don't disagree. And the problem is that I always say this with Monica McNutt. She says the right things and comes to the dumbest conclusions ever. In everything with Monica McNutt, she tends to give the right argument and then give the dumbest conclusion. Like, she will have all the right points and then come to the most idiotic conclusion possible.
Right? But can you also appreciate what she has done for the league? Yes, that also can coexist. And so I think this idea that it's one or the other is unfair, especially in sport. And literally, 2 seconds apart, I can be thrilled for making a basket and then pissed because I gave up a turnover.
Actually revered. You got the brothers loving that brother.
Okay.
Caitlin Clark ain't quite there yet. And I'm not talking about black girls instead of white. I'm talking about period. Just the culture of the WNBA. You got both people. There's resentment. But again, she invites it because Caitlin Clark talks some trash now. She talks some trash and she can antagonize you.
The visual piece, though, for people that are a little uncomfortable when women.
There's a difference between talking trash and, I mean, if you got eye gouge, you get eye gouge. Just kick them out. Just kick them out.
are like the intensity, the aggressiveness on the court that people aren't used to seeing it.
Yeah.
I still think that's part of it too.
I know we got
Can Molly Karam just stop butting in to these conversations? Can Molly Karam just stop talking?
Molly, I think that is a huge part of it, right? Embracing what competition looks like from women competing at a high level.
And I'm going to give you a great example.
And I want to
Even Stephen A. Smith, they're like, Molly Karam's just talking about, oh, people are annoyed as women. Stephen A. Smith's just like, no.
But I will also add, too, to your point, S.A., to me, the way that there has been this caping for her teeters on the line of disrespect. Because to your point, disrespect of who she is and what she has built and proven to be on the basketball court. Because to your point, she's not ducking nothing. She 100% stands on her game, and her game is why she has been able to become such a megastar. That is at the root of it, and she loves this game of basketball. So I don't think she was tripping, so I don't think other folks should trip.
I just want to say this really quick, and I know we have to go to break, but in terms of people watching women being physical, I remember a time when I was on a show, MMA Live, here at ESPN, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, and I was told that women will never fight in the UFC.
10 years ago. Ronda Rousey. What's Ronda Rousey been there for about 15 years? Like, Ronda Rousey, 10 years ago was the heat of Ronda Rousey's popularity. What is she talking about? 10 years ago was the peak of Ronda Rousey's popularity. Like, I do think that the argument of women can't be physical in sports has ended 15 years ago with Ronda Rousey. That argument ended with Ronda Rousey in women's MMA. It ended there. It ended with Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor boxing. It ended with all of that. But, like, I'm sorry, I don't understand how I don't actually disagree with a single thing Monica McNutt said in her points, other than like, the fact that her conclusion is that, oh, it's what Marina did was just competitive, but Sophie deserved to be chucked, and JC Sheldon and Lindsay Allen for going for Sophie's neck shouldn't have been chucked. I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. Why are we comparing basketball to MMA? Because there's a lot of things. There's a lot of calls. There's a lot of things that happen on the WNBA court that would be disqualifications in MMA and are just allowed. So anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys. So, lads, we're going to end the stream right there. We're going to end the stream. I will see you guys in a little bit.